Hi, friends, and welcome to game number one of a three-game Class 5A playoff series tonight between the Dripping Springs Tigers and the Eastview Patriots. I'm Mike Blackwell, and we're coming to you live from the campus of Georgetown Eastview High School, where the second season begins in a few minutes. As I mentioned, tonight is game number one between the Tigers, the champions of District 26 5A, and the Patriots, who finished fourth in District 25 5A. And make note of this, game number two will be played tomorrow in Dripping Springs beginning at 5 p.m. with a game number three, if needed, contest scheduled for 30 minutes after game number two. So that is our schedule for the next couple of days. And now the fun starts as the Texas High School softball playoffs get underway. And oh, by the way, winner of this series will play the winner of the Highlands Southwest Legacy Series in the next round. Our game today, of course, is brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Austin Capital Mortgage. Are you located in Austin, Houston, San Antonio, or Dallas-Fort Worth and in search of a mortgage? Well, get in touch with Austin Capital Mortgage today at 512-891-0778. Our gold sponsors today are Texas Regional Bank, banking, mortgage, and wealth management by the people you know, and by Elk Electric, commercial and industrial electrical and special systems, fire alarms, security, and network cabling in Central Texas. Again, we are on the campus of Georgetown Eastview High School. Weather tonight, it's about 82 degrees, still pretty warm. The wind, unlike at Tiger Stadium there at Dripping Springs, the wind here is blowing out kind of to left center field and really kind of the left center field toward center field. And we are facing, obviously, the northwest here with this ballpark. Dimensions here in the ballpark a little different, a little more spacious than Tiger Stadium. 205 down the left field line, a hefty 230 to straightaway center field, and 190 to right field. Again, Dripping Springs, the visiting team here tonight, and we'll play games number two and game number three. After the game number two tomorrow night, if needed, of course. Two coaches have spoken with the umpires now, so we're just about ready to get going. Kari Wright of Eastview, and of course Wade Womack of Dripping Springs. Tigers 23-10 overall and 14-2 in district play. Let's throw it out to the PA now to the field for the pregame festivities for you.
In the bi-district round one UIL 5A state playoffs. And now for the starting lineups for the Tigers. Leading off, playing left field, number 7, Erica Knitsky. Batting second, playing second base, number 17, Lynn Ann Scott. Batting third, playing center field, number 5, Haley Knitsky. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 18, Hayden Anderson. Batting fifth, playing shortstop, number 14, Jordan Cox. Batting sixth, playing third base, number 20, Katie Tressler. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 12, Joe Hudgens. Batting eighth, playing first base, number 13, Isabella Martinez. Batting ninth, the DP, number 9, Mallory Sandoval. The flex for tonight, the right fielder, number 11, Addie Lutz. Tonight's subs for the Tigers, number 1, Kristen Zeman. Number 2, Kiara Hector. Number 3, Taylor Anderson. Number 4, Katie Young. Number 15, Rachel Key. And number 19, Ashton Owens. The Tigers are led by head coach Wade Womack and assisted by Paige Schaefer, Madison Wood, and Emily Weeing. And now your starting lineup for the Eastview Patriots. Leading off, playing center field, number 9, Adriana Vidalis. Batting second, playing shortstop, number 16, Carrie Sanford. Batting third, the catcher, number 24, Angel Rodriguez. Batting cleanup, playing right field, number 4, Kaylee Moses. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 2, Emery Aguilar. Batting sixth, playing second base, number 5, Bella Guajardo. Batting seventh, playing left field, number 11, Haley Wooton. Batting eighth, the DP, number 18, Addison Cruz. And batting ninth, playing first base, number 17, Kendall Sanford. And the flex for tonight's game, playing third, number 10, Colby Trapp. Tonight's subs for the Patriots, number 12, Izzy Adona. Number 15, Kaylin Niederhauser. And tonight's Batgirl, Skylar Rodriguez. Eastview is led by head coach Kerry Wright and assisted by coach Katie Roach, coach Art Hernandez, and coach Kyle Sanford. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as we honor America.
And we're about ready to get this thing underway from Georgetown Eastview High School. And speaking of Eastview, we certainly want to welcome all of our Eastview listeners. I met the third baseman's dad prior to the game, and he said he certainly appreciated Big Daddy Media Network broadcasting. We are the one and only folks broadcasting here tonight, so great having the Eastview folks on our broadcast. I did warn him that I'm the Dripping Springs play-by-play guy, and so I'll try to keep it as fair as I can. But he said that was okay as long as we get them on the air. That it's all good. Batting order for Dripping Springs to lead things off here in the top of the first. It'll be Erica Konetsky, the left fielder, batting first. Lynn Ann Scott, second baseman, hitting second, followed by Haley Konetsky, the center fielder. She'll hit in the 3-hole tonight for the Tigers. Hayden Anderson is in the circle and will be hitting cleanup for Dripping Springs. Jordan Cox hits fifth at shortstop. Kate Tressler's the third baseman, hitting sixth. Joe Hudgens is behind the plate, hitting seventh. Isabella Martinez is over at first base, hitting eighth. And Mallory Sandoval is the DP and hitting ninth. Addie Lux is playing right field tonight, and she will be the flex player for Dripping Springs. Emily Aguilar on the in the circle for Eastview tonight, left-hander. Again, shadows will be moving from left to right here tonight, just the opposite from the Tiger Stadium layout in Dripping Springs.
Now batting the left fielder, number 7,
Erica Konetsky will step in now, hitting .448 on the season, 4 doubles, a couple of triples, and no home runs. Lefty versus lefty here to lead the ball game off. Great having you along here on the Big Daddy Media Network. First pitch misses up high for a ball, and we are underway from Georgetown. Again, kind of breezy tonight. Wind blowing from left center field toward center field and out. Konetsky back in now on the 1-0 pitch. Up high for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. And of course, Erica definitely a stolen base threat here if she gets on. She's 20 out of 21 in the stolen base department this season. That pitch is a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. Good crowd on hand. Dripping Springs in the first base dugout tonight. Eastview on the third base side of the field. Swung on and fouled out of play. That evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you want to, sure. You bet. 2-2 the count. Later, we may remove that screen, by the way, in front of our. There's a strikeout to Konetsky. Just FYI, if you're watching on YouTube, you may get rid of that screen a little bit later in our broadcast. That'll bring up Lynn Ann Scott, the second baseman. She'll step in following the Erica Konetsky strikeout. 1 away here, just underway in the top of the first inning. Pitch up high for a ball and no strikes. Back in and ready to go is Scott. That's up high, 2 balls and no strikes. Defensively for Eastview in the outfield, left to right, it's Wooten, Vidalis, and Moses. Left field, center field, and right field for the Patriots. That's down low for a ball, and Scott has worked the count to 3 balls and no strikes. Taken all the way is Scott. That's a strike. Colby Trapp is at third. Carrie Sanford is the shortstop. Bella Gallardo is at second, and Kendall Sanford is at first for Eastview with Angel Rodriguez behind the plate. And that is ball 4. Just misses outside, and so Lynn Ann Scott will take her base. Scott, 23 of 23 in stolen bases, as Haley Konetsky will step in. See if Scott will be running, and she is running. The throw down is a good one, though. Nope, she got under the tag, evidently. May have dropped the ball out there. Couldn't quite see, but at any rate, Lynn Ann Scott with a stolen base. Boy, it was a nice throw by Rodriguez, though, from her knees. Perfect throw to second base, but could not get Scott. Konetsky now will be back in with Scott at second in scoring position. That ball is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Swung on and nubbed foul to the right side. Ball and a strike to Haley Konetsky. Haley hitting .400 on the season. 5 doubles, 2 triples, and a homer for the Dripping Springs center fielder. Outfield pretty shallow, all things considered. Swung on and missed, and that is strike number 3. Aguilar's second strikeout of the night.
Now batting the pitcher, number 18.
And Hayden Anderson now will step into the box with a chance to help her own cause here as she's in the circle tonight for Dripping Springs. Swung on and missed. Hayden took a big cut at that one, trying to get it up into that jet stream in that wind. Swung on, hit high in the air. Center fielder's having to make a long run, and she's not going to be able to get it. Lynn and Scott scores easily from second on the RBI single by Hayden Anderson, and Dripping Springs leads it by a score of 1-0. She hit the ball high in the air. Carrie Sanford didn't really make a move to go see if she could track it down. She probably thought that wind was going to carry it a little deeper. And Ariana Vidalis, the center fielder, was not able to come up and make the catch. So Anderson with a pop-up single to center field. And it'll bring to the plate Jordan Cox now, the shortstop. Kristen Zeman, the runner for Anderson at first, and there's a strike at the knees. So a bit of a break for Dripping Springs here early in the top of the first inning. As Aguilar able to get Anderson to pop it up, but could not track it down in shallow center field. That's a ball down low. 1-1 to Jordan Cox. Zeman 10 out of 11 in stolen bases, so she's definitely a threat at first base to run. Cox hitting .387 on the season, 11 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run, so she's got some pop. She swings at this one, hits it deep to center field, and that is way back and gone. A 2-run home run by Jordan Cox. And Dripping Springs leads it 3-0. We had just said that Jordan Cox has some pop. That is her second home run of the season. And that was way out of here. She hit it in the perfect place to use that wind as well. 2-run home run for Jordan. And this game could not have started any better for Wade Womack and his club, as Kate Tressler now will step in, the Dripping Springs third baseman. Jordan Cox was able to extend her arms, and she got every last bit of that one. Again, 230 to straightaway center field. That's nubbed back to the circle. Aguilar is able to go to first, and that retires the side, but Dripping Springs with some damage. 3 runs on 2 hits, and no one left on base thanks to the Jordan Cox 2-run home run. Top of the first, Dripping Springs 3-0 with the lead as we await Eastview to come to bat. You are watching Dripping Springs softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. 3-0 our score as Eastview will come to the plate now, hitting in the bottom of the first inning.
Leading off the center fielder, number 9, Ariana Vidalis.
Ariana Vidalis, the center fielder, will lead things off for the Patriots. Dripping Springs with 3 runs on a couple of hits in the top of the first inning. Lynn Ann Scott with a walk. Hayden Anderson singled her in, and then Jordan Cox followed that up with a 2-run home run. That's where we stand. That ball is down low for a ball. And by down low, I mean it's in the artificial surface and scoots past Joe Hudgens. 1-0 the count. Vidalis feigned the bunt there. She's going to square again, and that's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 the count. In the outfield, Erica Konetsky's in left. Haley Konetsky is in center, and Addie Lux is in right. It's Kate Tressler at third, Jordan Cox at short, Lynn Ann Scott at second. Isabella Martinez is the first baseman. Joe Hudgens is behind the plate, and Hayden Anderson is in the circle for the Tigers. That just misses low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Back in and ready to go. Grounded to short. Cox over to first for the out. And there's 1 away.
Now batting the shortstop, number 16, Carrie Sanford.
Carrie Sanford, the Eastview shortstop, now will step in. Thanks, of course, to Randy Fry, our QA tonight. That changeup is a strike. Randy Fry and Chuck Licata and probably 10 other engineers managed to get Blackwell on the air tonight. Swung on, bounced right back to Hayden Anderson. The throw over to first, obviously in time, and there's 2 away. So thanks to those guys for doing what they do.
Now batting the catcher, number 24,
Angel Rodriguez now will step in. Eastview's catcher. Pitches a ball and no strikes. Changeup misses outside. 2 balls and no strike. Thanks tonight, of course, to our platinum sponsor, Austin Capital Mortgage, and also our gold sponsors, Texas Regional Bank and Elk Electric. We'll tell you more about those fine folks later. Pitch down low, and the count runs to 3 balls and no strikes to Angel Rodriguez. There's a strike as Angel was taking all the way on that pitch. Eastview 14-15 on the season, 7-8 in a tough District 25 5A. Swung on, lined into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Rodriguez stands at first. She ripped that one past Kate Tressler down there at third. And the Patriots have a base runner for their cleanup hitter, Kaylee Moses. Moses, the right fielder, hitting from the left side. Rodriguez stands at first. Down low for a ball, and it gets by Joe Hudgens. Rodriguez is able to go to second base. Now, Moses is going to come over and talk to Kari Wright, the Eastview coach. Back and ready to go is Moses. 1-0 the count to Kaylee. Down low for a ball. And we're in the bottom of the first inning. Dripping Springs with 3 in the top of the first. Take a quick lead on the Patriots. Best of 3 series. That's a strike right down the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, game 2 is tomorrow. We'll have it for you from Dripping Springs. First pitch is at 5 o'clock. We'll go on the air a couple of minutes before then. And then we'll have a game 3, if necessary, tomorrow night as well. And that changeup hits Moses. Kaylee could tell that was a changeup, and she kind of turned her back. And that's one that you kind of wear for the team there, and that's certainly what she did. And she goes to first. Rodriguez remains at second. And Emery Aguilar now will step in. Eastview pitcher with 2 on and 2 out. Strike on the outside corner. Anderson was able to get the first 2 batters of this inning, and then Rodriguez with a single, and then Kaylee Moses with a hit by pitch. Aguilar kind of half swings. See if they check that third base umpire. They do not. So that's a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Changeup is up high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Anderson working quickly in that circle tonight. That is fouled back and out of play. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on, hit right back to Anderson. This should do it. On to first, and that retires the side. Eastview with no runs on a hit and 2 left. We are through 1. It is Dripping Springs 3, Georgetown Eastview nothing, and you are watching Dripping Springs softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. Six, 7, and 8 in the batting order coming to the plate for Dripping Springs here at the top of the second inning. Mike Blackwell here with you with Big Daddy Media Network. Great having you along. It'll be Joe Hudgens, Isabella Martinez, and Mallory Sandoval in the top of the second inning. Hudgens, the Dripping Springs catcher, hitting .279 on the season. She will step in against Emery Aguilar. Strike right down the middle, 0-1 the count. Now the umpires are going over to Kari Wright, and I'm not sure what that's all about. Maybe need to close a gate or something. back and ready to go. Blue on top of things tonight. Here's the strike at the knees. Hudgens is behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Shout out to Abby Blackwell, who's watching tonight. Check swing at home plate. Did she go? Nope. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Abby is a former softball player. Just happens to be my daughter, so I appreciate her watching. Catcher at Hayes, and followed that up by becoming a catcher at Texas State as well. As that's fouled back into the screen. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Should have got her out here to do color for me tonight. Hudgens fouls that one out of play as well. Are you located in Austin, Houston, San Antonio, or Dallas-Fort Worth and in search of a mortgage? Well, get in touch with Austin Capital Mortgage today at 512-891-0778. Austin Capital Mortgage. That's fouled back as well. Hudgens nubs this one along the first baseline, and it spins foul. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Score update, Houston Astros defeat the Texas Rangers today. 3-1 the final. Justin Verlander with the win for the Astros. Hudgens takes that ball up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zach Zapata also watching, maybe. Shout out to Zach. A lot of folks, as that ball is fouled back, a lot of Eastview folks are watching, along with the Dripping Springs contingent. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Back on the air tomorrow night from Dripping Springs. 5 o'clock. First pitch, game number 2, and then follow that up with a game number 3 if necessary, 30 minutes after the first game concludes. Hudgens pops this one up high. Aguilar is able to jog over and make the catch. There's one away for Isabella Martinez. Martinez, the Dripping Springs first baseman tonight. Steps in against Aguilar. Takes a strike down the middle. We are right on top of the action here at Eastview High School. Such a nice facility. 0-1 the count, fouled. 0-2. The wind has done us a favor tonight, as opposed to Dripping Springs the last couple of ball games. The wind has decided to blow out rather than right into our faces, so that's good. I'm in favor of that. Changeup, swung on and missed. Strike number 3, and there's 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. That is Aguilar's 3rd strikeout already in the ball game, and Mallory Sandoval now will step in. Sandoval, the DP tonight for Dripping Springs. That ball is up high, a ball and no strikes. Number 9 hitter in the batting order is Mallory tonight. Addie Lux, by the way, is the flex player tonight, and she's in right field. Ball is up high, 2 balls and no strikes. Outfield playing pretty much straight away against Sandoval. regular depth. Pitch is down low for a ball. Again, this ballpark is a little bigger than Dripping Springs' ballpark. 205 down the left field line, 230 to center field. That's a long way out there, and 190 to right field. High, Sandoval walks. She will take first base. Second walk of the ball game, and that'll bring up the top of the order, Erica Konetsky. Of course, pitchers and coaches alike don't like walking the number 9 hitter in the batting order. Aguilar's out there with her hands on her hips. I know she's not liking that, but Sandoval is at first. That ball is a ball, 1 ball and no strikes to Konetsky. Konetsky with a strikeout her first time up to lead off the game. Sandoval, no stolen bases on the season. Not much of a threat to steal here. You wouldn't think. And there's a strike. 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, flared to left field. This could be trouble. Nope. Lined out to Paley Wooten in the left field. It was hit well. Wooten was able to track it down. No runs on no hits, 1 left. We're through an inning and a half. Our score, Dripping Springs 3 and Eastview nothing. You're watching Dripping Springs softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. Bella Gallardo will lead things off for the Patriots here in the bottom of the second inning. Mike Blackwell here with you. Big Daddy Media Network bringing you the Dripping Springs by-district game 1 of a best 2 of 3 series tonight against the Eastview Patriots. 3-0 Dripping Springs so far. Gallardo will step in now against Hayden Anderson. That pitch is outside. A ball and no strikes. Hayden with a 139 earned run average this season, 12-5 on the year. There's a strike, evens the count at 1-1. She's had an outstanding year. 21 appearances, 15 games started, 11 complete games, 3 shutouts. Swung on, that's flared into center field. That's going to be a base hit. Nice bit of hitting there by Gallardo. She just got the barrel out in front of it and was able to guide it into center field, and now it'll be Paley Wooten who will come in.
Number 11, Paley Wooten.
Talking about Anderson's numbers, she has 95 strikeouts in 106 innings. That's a strike on the outside corner, no balls, and 1 strike to Wooten. So the Patriots with their leadoff hitter aboard here in the bottom of the second inning, trailing 3-0. Squares to bunt. It's a good one. It's a good one, but Kate Tressler is able to pounce on it and get the 5-3 put out at first as Gallardo moves to second, and it'll bring to the plate Addison Cruz, the DP tonight. I mean, Tressler really got up there quickly to field that bunt, which was an excellent bunt by Wooten. Strike right down the middle. Hadn't really seen Anderson throw that changeup too much tonight yet. I would suspect she'll start going to that pitch here pretty soon. And there it is. Hit high into the air and caught by Tressler. That is the second out of the inning. Wade Womack might want me to call pitches if it works out that good.
Now batting the first baseman, number 17, Kendall Sanford.
I doubt it severely. Kendall Sanford now will step in. First baseman and number 9 hitter in the batting order for Eastview. That's down low. Hudgens scoops it. Ball and no strikes. Hayden Anderson goes to the rosin bag after that one. That one got away from her on her release. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, line to shortstop, and caught by Jordan Cox. She bobbled it a bit, was able to hang on. No runs on a hit and one left in the bottom of the second inning. We are through 2. Dripping Springs leads it 3-0. You're watching Dripping Springs softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. Want to thank our gold sponsors tonight, Texas Regional Bank, banking, mortgage, and wealth management by the people you know, and by Elk Electric, commercial and industrial electrical and special systems, fire alarms, security, and network cabling in Central Texas. Certainly want to thank those 2 gold sponsors tonight. Thank them for allowing us to broadcast Dripping Springs softball for you. It'll be Lynn Ann Scott who will step in, followed by Haley Konetsky and Hayden Anderson. 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order for Dripping Springs here in the top of the third inning. Fast start by the Tigers with 3 in the top of the first.
Now batting the second baseman, number 17.
Hayden Anderson has been able to hold on to that lead. Scott, the second baseman, walked and stole a base in the first inning and then scored on the Hayden Anderson bloop hit to center field, swung on and missed for a strike. Scott has had an outstanding year at the plate, hitting .337. Squares to bunt and takes it for a ball. Ball and a strike. Scott has scored 26 runs. Second on the team only to Taylor Anderson, who, oh, by the way, still nursing that injury. That's going to be bounced to third. Fielded. The throw over is in time. Nice job by Colby Trapp. 5-3 with the putout, and there's one away, and it'll bring to the plate Haley Konetsky.
Now batting the center fielder, number 5, Haley Konetsky.
Haley with a strikeout her first time up in the first inning. Strike at the knees, 0-1 the count. There's another strike on the corner. 0-2. Quickly, Konetsky is behind in the count. Swung on, hit well to center field. Back goes the center fielder, Vidalis. She was able to get a glove on it. But Konetsky is going to stand at second. We'll go ahead and call it a double. I think they'll call it a double, but who knows. Vidalis did get her glove on it. It would have been a nice catch had she made it, but Konetsky certainly gave it a good ride to center field, and that'll bring to the plate Hayden Anderson. Anderson will step in now. She had the bloop base hit to center field and drove in a run her first time up. That's fouled out of play. 0-1 the count. Konetsky got a hold of that one. Vidalis had a good read on it, but just could not get back quite quickly enough to make the catch. Swung on, and that is hit and fouled off the left side. Just like that, Anderson is behind in the count 0-2. Shadows getting longer and longer as the sun drops to our left. It's up high for a ball and 2 strikes. Again, that wind blowing out in left center field. Pretty breezy out there. Swung on and hit into center field. Vidalis is able to drift over and make the catch this time, though, and there's 2 away, and that will bring to the plate Jordan Cox.
Now batting the shortstop, number 14, Jordan Cox.
Cox, of course, had the big blow in the first inning. She had the 2-run homer. And she hit it deep. It scored Hayden Anderson and widened that Dripping Springs lead. Swung on. This one is grounded to short. Long throw over to first is in time for the out. 6-3. Jordan Cox is out, and that will retire the side. Dripping Springs with no runs on a hit and 1 left. We are through 2.5 innings of play, and our score, Dripping Springs 3 and Eastview 0. You are watching Dripping Springs softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. Top of the order for Eastview here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It'll be Ariana Vidalis, the center fielder, who will step in. Mike Blackwell here with you on the Big Daddy Media Network.
Now batting the center fielder, number 9, Ariana.
Ariana with a ground out to short, her first time up in the 1st inning. Hayden Anderson cruising along pretty well right now. She's recorded recorded outs in 4 of the last 5 batters that she's faced. That ball is down low. Dripping Springs outfield playing Vidalis shallow and playing her over toward left field slightly as well. That ball is up high. 2-0 the count. Haley Konetsky is, I don't know, maybe 5 yards toward left center field. Haley, of course, the Dripping Springs center fielder. Her sister Erica is the left fielder. Wonder if they ever talk about what they're going to eat when they get home. Probably so, and a lot of other stuff as well. There's that changeup from Anderson. It misses down low, though. 3 balls in 1 strike. That pitch so effective when it's on for Hayden. Here's the 3-1. Strike down the middle. And the count now moves full to Vidalis. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That is hit twice as Vidalis fouls it coming out of the box. So the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now the home plate umpire, I think Wade Womack, is going to come out now and have a discussion. He wants the home plate umpire to talk to the base umpires. They are going to affirm what the home plate umpire said because base umpires never overturn calls. That's my prediction. I don't think I've ever seen them overturn a call, ever, in 100 years of watching. They're having a long discussion, though. This might be the first time. Of course, I think if the ball hits you in fair territory, you're out. Yeah, they're going to call her out. Wow. How about that? Vidalis is called out. So there's 1 away, and now Kari Wright is going to want an explanation. She's probably telling the umpire what I told him. You guys never overturn calls. Why are you doing it now? And Wright is having the discussion, but it's to no avail. And it's going to be Carrie Sanford now who will step in. So 4 straight retired by Anderson. Sanford, the Patriots shortstop, grounds that one foul. She bounced out back to Anderson in the first inning, her first time up. Again, airtime tomorrow is right before 5 o'clock. First pitch is set for 5. That pitch misses outside, a ball and a strike. Sanford kind of holding that bat. She's got an interesting grip on that bat. She has space between her top hand and her bottom hand. Pitch is up high, 2 balls and 1 strike. I think that's more common than it used to be. Wonder if Carey knows who Ty Cobb is. He held his bat like that. That is hit back to Anderson, on to first, just in time to get the speedy Sanford, and there's 2 away. Angel Rodriguez now, the catcher for Eastview, will step in.
Number 24, Angel Rodriguez.
She had the line single to left field her first time up, right through the hole between third and short. That one's hit high into the air, but Jordan Cox is going to be able to drift over and make the catch. And it's a perfect 3-up and 3-down inning for Hayden Anderson. We are through 3. Dripping Springs leads it 3-0 over Eastview. You're watching Dripping Springs softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. Kate Tressler is going to step in now and lead things off in the top of the fourth for Dripping Springs. Bounced out to the pitcher her first time up in the first inning. Right-handed hitter. That pitch is outside for a ball. I just sent that to you. You bet. Everybody requesting our link for Big Daddy Media Network. Chuck Licata will appreciate that. Here's a pitch down low. 2-0 the count now to Tressler. Dripping Springs third baseman. It's fouled at the plate. 2-1 the count now. Kate hitting sixth in the batting order tonight for the Tigers. Back in and ready to go against Emery Aguilar. Swung on and grounded to short. Throw over to first is in time. And there's one away, and it'll bring to the plate Joe Hudgens, the Dripping Springs catcher.
Now batting the catcher, number 12, Joe Hudgens.
Lights turned on here at the ballpark as day becomes night in Georgetown. Beautiful night, just enough breeze to keep it cool. Temperature 80 degrees in Georgetown, Texas, America. 1-0 the count to Hudgens. Hudgens popped up to Aguilar her first time up. Swung on, hit high. It's in foul territory. First baseman Kendall Sanford is able to make the catch. And there's two quick outs for Dripping Springs here in the top of the fourth inning. It'll bring to the plate Isabella Martinez, the first baseman.
Number 13, Isabel Martinez.
Isabella with a strikeout her first time up in the second inning. Aguilar now has retired 6 of her last 7 batters that she's faced. Pitch is up high for a ball. Seeing good work out of these pitchers tonight. Emery Aguilar from Eastview and Hayden Anderson for Dripping Springs. Strike at the knees. 1-1 the count. Top of the fourth inning. 3-0 Dripping Springs. Swung on, and that's rolled out to the second baseman. That's Bella Gallardo. 4-3 is the putout, and a perfect inning for Aguilar. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. Our score through 3.5. Dripping Springs 3, Eastview nothing, and you're watching Dripping Springs softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. Four, 5, and 6 in the batting order for Eastview here in the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be Kaylee Moses leading things off.
Now batting the right fielder, number 4.
Cleanup
Kaylee
hitter
Moses.
and right fielder for the Patriots. She was hit by a changeup her first time up in the first inning. Erica Konetsky's in left. Haley Konetsky is in center. Addie Lux is the right fielder for Dripping Springs. It's Tressler, Cox, Scott, and Martinez, third to first for Dripping Springs on the infield. And Joe Hudgens is behind the plate with Hayden Anderson in the circle. For the Tigers, trying to win game one of this best-of-3 series. These by-district playoffs. 0-1 the count now to Moses. And we'll go on the air with a 5 p.m. first pitch tomorrow from Dripping Springs. That changeup misses down low. Ball and a strike to Moses. And then the if necessary game 3, we'll also broadcast that for you 30 minutes after the first one is over. That is a base hit slapped into right field. Moses is aboard. And it'll bring to the plate Emery Aguilar.
Now batting the pitcher, number 2, Emery
Aguilar, the Eastview pitcher, will step in with Moses standing at first with a leadoff single. Quickly, Anderson hits the outside corner with a fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count. Back and ready to go is Anderson. Hit to third. Going to go to first. And Isabella Martinez cannot come up with it. It is dropped at first. So that's an error over there at first. And Moses will move to second. And now the Patriots have something going here in the bottom of the 4th inning with the first 2 batters reaching base. And Wade Womack is going to come out and kind of settle things down with his infield. Kate Tressler fielded it cleanly and thought long and hard about going to second, then flipped it to first, and Martinez just wasn't able to haul it in. Hey, are you located in Austin, Houston, San Antonio, or Dallas, Fort Worth, and in search of a mortgage? If so, well, get in touch with Austin Capital Mortgage today, 512-891-0778. Bella Gallardo now will step in for Eastview with 2 on and no outs. She's the second baseman. She had a single to center her first time up. Pitch misses outside, a ball and no strikes. So let's see if Anderson can wriggle her way out of this little jam. Her team leads it 3-0, but Eastview trying to make some noise here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Check swing, 2 balls and no strikes. Jordan Cox, the Dripping Springs shortstop, playing way over in the hole between third and short. Pitch is down low, and just like that, the count is 3 balls and no strikes to Gallardo. Gallardo, the number 6 hitter in the batting order. 7, 8, and 9 hitters are 0 for 3 tonight. Swung on and bounced foul. Swung on, lined right back to Anderson, who knocks it down, goes to first. Nope, she flips it over Isabella Martinez's head. 1 run is in, and 2 runs will score. Just like that, it's 3-2. Ball was hit hard right back to the box. Probably a single and then followed by the throwing error to first. Gallardo will go to second, and it's 3-2 now. Eastview able to get a couple of runs in now, and Wade Womack is going to go ahead and make the pitching change. It'll be Jordan Cox switching places with Hayden Anderson. Anderson will go to shortstop.
Jordan Cox.
And Jordan Cox will come in to pitch. Trying to see if Hayden is still out there or if she went off with the... Oh, she's coming back out. That ball was just screaming right back at her. Couldn't tell if it hit her in the hand or the leg or it hit some body part. She was able to track it down and made a good effort, and the flip was just over Isabella Martinez's head.
Now
and it allowed
fielder, number 11,
Moses and Aguilar to score, and now it'll be Paley Wooton who will step in. Eastview left fielder, still nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dripping Springs facing a little bit of adversity, which you're going to see in the playoffs. See how they handle it here in this bottom of the 4th inning. Pitch is down low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Gallardo stands at second after the ball got past Martinez. She was able to jog to second. That pitch is a strike, 1-1 the count. Cox and Anderson have mirrored one another this season just about. Jordan 11-5 on the season with a .220 earned run average. Pitch misses inside, 2-1 the count. So 3-0 Dripping Springs lead has suddenly gotten interesting here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Eastview has touched the Tigers for a couple of runs. That's swung on, and that is going to fall for a base hit out into center field. Quickly, Konetsky gets it back in, but Gallardo is able to move to third. And it'll bring to the plate the number 8 hitter in the batting order, Addison Cruz. Wooton didn't hit it particularly well, but she certainly well placed
now
it.
Batting the DP, number 18,
over the head of the second baseman, Lynn Ann Scott. And now Dripping Springs facing first and third. Again, nobody out, leading it 3-2. Fouled into the screen, 0-1 the count. We're in the bottom of the 4th in Georgetown at Eastview High School. Mike Blackwell here with you on the Big Daddy Media Network. Glad you've joined us. Wade Womack has pulled his infield in here. Swung on and missed for a strike. And they're going to let Wooton jog down to second and advance to second. Cruz now is down 0-2. Jordan Cox would love to get a strikeout here with runners at second and third and nobody out. Fouled into the screen. Cox coming in now here in the 4th inning. It'll be interesting to see who Wade Womack decides to start tomorrow in game 2, now that he's used both of his pitchers. That pitch just misses outside. I think Jordan Cox thought she might have had strike 3 there. Of course, in softball, not a big a deal to pitch back-to-back nights, but we'll have to see how Anderson feels tomorrow after taking that liner. That is fouled right side. Count remains at 1-2 strikes. Of course, Wade Womack's not worried about game 2 quite yet. He's in a bit of a dogfight now here in game 1. Again, welcome to all of our Eastview listeners to the Big Daddy Media Network. Great having you along. Fouled into the screen. Thanks to my QA, Randy Fry. And my favorite Pittsburgh Steelers fan, Chuck Licata, who may in fact be the Steelers quarterback this year. Here's the 1-2. Changeup is up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Eastview brought the young home crowd with them tonight. Doing a good job supporting their Patriots. Swung on and nubbed foul. Cruz has forced Jordan Cox to throw a lot of pitches here in this at-bat. Again, Dripping Springs defense kind of let them down a little bit this inning with 2 errors. Swung on, hit high into the air. That's going to be caught by Lynn Ann Scott. That is exactly what Jordan Cox needed to kind of calm the waters, as Kendall Sanford now will step in.
First baseman, number 17.
Number
Kendall
9 hitter
Sanford.
in the batting order. Gallardo remains at third. Bhutan is at second. 1 out now. Pitch is up high, ball and no strikes. Again, Wade Womack with his infield in here with the tying run at third. Ball is down low for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. .807 here in Georgetown. The sun has gone down. Twilight. Down low for a ball. The count goes to 3 balls and no strike to Sanford. Number 9 hitter in the batting order for Eastview. She lined out to shortstop her first time up. There's a base open at first base. That pitch is up high for a ball. And the bases are now loaded for the top of the batting order. Ariana Vidalis, who's 0 for 2. She bounced out in the first inning to short and struck out in the third.
Fielder, number 9,
But she is the leadoff hitter. She'll step in now against Jordan Cox. Obviously the biggest at-bat of the ball game so far today. This is down low. Ball and no strikes. Wade Womack now going for a little walk in front of his dugout over on the first base side. He might have been his opinion that was a strike. Swung on and missed, and that is a strike. 1-1 the count. Big at-bat here. If somehow Jordan Cox can retire Vidalis without a run being scored, then obviously the Tigers can back up their infield. Pitch is up high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Bases are loaded. Tigers nursing a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. That pitch hits the outside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Back in and ready to go is Vidalis. Here's the 2-2. Fouled back, count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Konecki, and Lux left to right in the outfield. Tressler, Cox, Scott, and Martinez third to first in the infield. It's Joe Hudgens behind the plate. Actually, Jordan Cox is pitching now. Hayden Anderson is the shortstop. They switch places. Yet another foul. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game number 1 of the best of 3 bi-district series between Eastview and Dripping Springs. Yet another foul. This one out of play, left side. Up high for a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, bottom of the 4th. 1 away, and Dripping Springs clinging to a 3-2 lead. How big is this pitch? Swung on, hit well to left field, but Konecki has it. Throws home. And just like that, with a line out, there's 2 away. And it'll bring to the plate Carrie Sanford. What a big out that was.
Now batting the shortstop.
Like
number
Dallas
16,
hit it well,
Carrie
but
Sanford.
right at Erica Konetsky, who made the catch and then made the strong one-hop throw to Hudgens. Swung on and missed for a strike. 0-1 the count now. Bases remain loaded here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sanford with 2 ground outs to the pitcher in her previous 2 at-bats tonight. Swung on and missed, strike number 2. Quickly, Jordan Cox is ahead of Sanford 0-2. See what Jordan chooses to throw here. Struck her out, high heat. A strikeout, and that will retire the side. Eastview with 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors and 3, count them 3, left on base. We are through 4. Our score, Dripping Springs 3 and Georgetown Eastview 2. You're watching Dripping Springs Softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. Nine, 1, and 2 will come to the plate for Dripping Springs here in the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Mallory Sandoval who will lead things off. She's the DP tonight.
Now batting the
And
DP,
she
number
walked
9, Mallory
her
Sandoval.
first time up back in the 2nd inning. She will step in against Emery Aguilar. Ball down low for a ball. Both of the 9-hole hitters for these teams have walked tonight. Swung on and fouled, 1-1 the count. Dripping Springs with 3 in the top of the 1st. Eastview answers with 2 in the bottom of the 4th. That's where we stand here in the top of the 5th inning. Bounced out to the shortstop on to first. And there's 1 away. That'll bring to the plate Erica Konetsky.
Now batting the left fielder, number 7, Erica Konetsky.
Erica with a strikeout in the 1st inning, lined out to the left fielder, Paley Wutan, in the 2nd inning. She'll come up now with 1 out. Flares this one to left field. It's going to fall foul. 0-1 the count. Infield very shallow with Konetsky. In fact, they are drawn in completely. Second and short as well. She's going to bunt right back to Aguilar. Quickly to first, and a nice play by Emery. 1-3 on the putout. Aguilar got out of that circle quickly. Speedy Konetsky is thrown out at first, and it'll bring to the plate Lynn Ann Scott. Scott walked and scored in the first inning and had a stolen base, and then grounded out to third in the third inning. Pitch is bounced past the catcher, Angel Rodriguez. 1-0 the count. Pretty good bunt by Konetsky, although it was right back to the pitcher. Aguilar just was able to pounce and make the quick throw. This is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Back in and ready to go is Scott. Pitch is up high, 3-0. Boy, she would take another walk here. With her team nursing a 1-run lead here in the top of the 5th inning. He was taken all the way, and that pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Mike Blackwell here with you on Big Daddy Media Network. Popped high in the air, but Angel Rodriguez is able to run out in front of home plate and make the catch, and that retires the side. A perfect inning for Aguilar in the top of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We're through 4.5. Our score, Dripping Springs 3 and Eastview 2. And you're watching Dripping Springs Softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. Angel Rodriguez will lead things off for Eastview here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Patriots catcher.
Now batting the catcher, number 24,
1 for 2 tonight.
Angel
She singled
Rodriguez.
in the first inning and popped out to short in the 3rd inning. Again, Dripping Springs with the 3-2 lead. Patriots now with some momentum, however, as they score 2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Now Wade Womack is going to walk over, and he and the Eastview coach, Kari Wright, are talking to the home plate umpire. Not sure what this is all about. I don't know if someone has something shiny or what is going on, but at any rate, the umpire does not look too concerned. But those rowdy student sections, huh? Fun night at the ballpark tonight here in Georgetown as Angel Rodriguez now will step in, lead things off. Pitch is inside for a ball. And of course, whatever the concern was when the umpire motioned, well, they just got louder. That's the way you're supposed to respond to that, though, right? 1-0 the count. Swung on, hit into the air. Shallow center field. Konetsky is under it. That was a tough play with that wind whipping around. Haley was able to make the catch, though. And there's one away, and it'll bring to the plate Kaylee Moses.
Now batting the right fielder, number 4, Kaylee Moses.
Kaylee, the Eastview right fielder, she singled and scored in the 4th. In fact, she led things off and started that 2-run rally with a single to right field. She was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. It's a strike on the outside corner. That umpire does call that corner strike against these left-handed hitters. I've noticed that. We're right on top of home plate here at Eastview. Pitch is up high, 1-1 the count. Back in and ready to go is Moses. Swung on, foul, tipped it back to the catcher, Joe Hudgens. Ball and 2 strike. Cox trying to finish this ball game for Dripping Springs. It was Hayden Anderson who started. She's now at shortstop. Last inning, Hayden took a line drive right back to the circle, knocked it down, and then switched places with Jordan Cox as that is swung on and is a strikeout, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the 5th, and it'll bring to the plate the pitcher, Emery Aguilar.
Now batting the pitcher,
Second strikeout of this relief appearance for Jordan Cox. Aguilar now will step in. She's 0 for 2. She bounced out in the first inning, reached on an error in the 4th. That is hit out of play to the left side, 0-1 the count. Again, game 2 is tomorrow, 5 o'clock in Dripping Springs. First pitch will go on the air a couple of minutes before then. Hope you can join us on the Big Daddy Media Network. While the infield is gathered, we'll ask you, are you located in Austin, Houston, San Antonio, or Dallas-Fort Worth and in search of a mortgage? Well, get in touch with Austin Capital Mortgage. Get in touch today at 512-891-0778. Back and ready to go, the 0-1. Changeup just misses outside. 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Swung on, hit well to left field. Konetsky, though, is under it. That's Erica Konetsky out there in left field. She makes the catch, and that is a perfect inning for Jordan Cox. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We are through 5. Our score, Dripping Springs 3, Georgetown Eastview 2. You're watching Dripping Springs Softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. Three, 4, and 5 in the batting order for Dripping Springs here in the top of the 6th inning. Be Haley Konetsky, Hayden Anderson, and Jordan Cox coming to the plate with Dripping Springs leading it 3-2. Beautiful sunset here tonight beyond that left field fence. Haley Konetsky will step in. She doubled her last time up to center field, just off the glove of Ariana Vidales out there in center. And she struck out in the first inning. Back in and ready to go against Emery Aguilar. Hit high into the air, straight up. And the center fielder, Vidales, is able to come in and make the catch, and there's 1 away. 1 pitch and 1 out for Aguilar, and now it'll be Hayden Anderson.
18, Aiden Anderson.
Anderson 1 for 2 tonight. She had a single and an RBI in the first inning and scored, and then flied out to center her next time up. She'll hit this one straight up in the air. That is a high pop fly, and it's going to be dropped. It is going to be dropped by the third baseman, as Anderson is going to be able to reach first base on the error, and that will bring to the plate Jordan Cox.
Pinch running number 2, Kiera Hector. Now batting the pitcher number 14,
That is
Jordan Cox.
going to be Kiera Hector, who is going to pinch run now for Anderson over there at first base. It'll be Jordan Cox now. Had the big 2-run home run in the first inning. That's been the difference in the ball game so far. She wouldn't mind another 2-run home run right here, I can assure you. Pitches up high for a ball. If you're watching, no, these two teams are not wearing the same colors, but I'm sure on YouTube it looks like that a little bit, as Dripping Springs is wearing its dark gray and the Patriots with their navy blue, and it kind of blends on a night like this. Swung on, hit well to left center field by Dallas, going way back and can't make the catch. It's going to go off the wall. They're going to send Hector home. The throw in is not in time, and it's 4-2 Dripping Springs. Run scoring double for Jordan Cox. Gives Dripping Springs a little bit more breathing room.
Katie Tressler.
As it is 4-2 now for Kate Tressler, the Dripping Springs third baseman. Dallas gave that a big chase out there, as Katie Young, I believe, comes in to run at second base for Jordan Cox. She just couldn't track it down in left center field. Jordan Cox now 2 for 3 tonight with 3 RBIs, a home run, and a double. Jordan's had a good night. Tressler now, the third baseman, will step in. Swung on, that's hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Let's see if Katie Young comes home. She does, and she scores. 5-2 Dripping Springs. So clutch base hit up the middle for Kate Tressler. That's an RBI. Dripping Springs widens the lead to 5-2. Joe Hudgens now will step in. That gives Wade Womack and his team a little bit of air to breathe after Eastview had cut the lead to 3-2. Hudgens, the Dripping Springs catcher,
Number 1, Kristen Zinman.
will step in. Swung on, popped to third. And there's 2 away. 2 away, and Isabella Martinez will step in.
Now batting the first baseman, number 13.
I believe that's
Isabella
Kristen
Martinez.
Zeman over there running for Tressler at first base, and it'll be Martinez now stepping in. She's 0 for 2 tonight. Up high for a ball, and Zeman is able to take second base standing up. Well, Dripping Springs, couple of runs here in the 6th inning. 3 in the first, 2 in the 6th. And that is up against Isabella Martinez's helmet. So a hit by pitch. She didn't seem too worse for the wear, though. She just kind of shrugged it off and jogged to first base. Wade Womack comes down the third base line and gets eye contact with Martinez and says, "Are you all right?" "Sure. Just took the ball off the helmet. No big deal, coach." Mallory Sandoval now will step in with 2 on and 2 out for the Tigers. Kari Wright now will come on and stand in the circle and talk to her pitcher, Emery Aguilar, who has gone the distance and done a good job for Eastview. I want to thank our gold sponsors, Texas Regional Bank and Elk Electric tonight. Texas Regional Bank, banking, mortgage, and wealth management by the people you know, and by Elk Electric, commercial and industrial electrical and special systems, fire alarms, security, and network cabling in Central Texas. And now the umpire is going to come out and try to break up the committee meeting in the infield as we await the at-bat of Mallory Sandoval. Mallory with a walk in the 2nd inning, bounced out the short in the 5th inning. There's 2 away here in the top of the 6th for Dripping Springs. Strike at the knees, and they're going to advance as the pitch is bobbled at home plate. That could end up being big. Zeman goes to 3rd. Martinez is at 2nd now. 0-1 is the count to Sandoval, who is the number 9 hitter in the Dripping Springs batting order. Pitch up high, gets away from the catcher. Here comes Zeman, and she's going to be able to score. And it's 6-2 Dripping Springs. Ball got away from Angel Rodriguez behind home plate. 1-1 the count as Martinez goes to 3rd. Swung on, bounced to 1st, and it's going to be scooped up over there nicely by Kendall Stanford. And that will retire the side, but Dripping Springs able to do some damage here in the 6th inning. 3 runs scored for Dripping Springs on 2 hits and 1, I should say, left on base. Our score through 5.5, Dripping Springs 6 and Eastview 2. You're watching Dripping Springs softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. Bella Gallardo, the second baseman, will hit first for Eastview here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Jordan Cox has retired the last 5 batters that she's faced. 6 out of the last
now
7.
Batting second baseman, number 5, Bella Guajardo.
Bella's 2 for 2 tonight. A couple of singles up the middle to center field. Actually, 1 single to center field, and then she had the line shot that was right back at Hayden Anderson. That was a base hit. Way too hot to handle on that one. That's a strike. 0-1 the count. Jordan Cox came on in relief of Hayden Anderson in the 4th inning with nobody out. So this is her 3rd inning in the circle for Dripping Springs. Swung on and missed for a strike. Both Anderson and Cox have had a good night in the circle for Dripping Springs. Tigers got into trouble with a couple of errors in the 4th inning. Changeup misses. Ball and 2 strikes. Game 1 of the bi-district playoffs here tonight. Eastview out of District 25 5A. They finished 4th, and of course Dripping Springs won their district 26 5A. They won the championship. That is a ball, and it evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thanks to the Brain Trust, Randy Fry and Chuck Licata tonight. That is looked at, and it's a strike 3. Right on the corner, Jordan Cox with a strikeout. Bring to the plate, Paley Wutan.
Now batting the left fielder, number 11, Paley
Cox
Wutan.
now with 3 strikeouts in 2 1/3 innings. She's really done a nice job against this Eastview offense as Wutan will step in. Strike, knee high, and Cox is rolling a little bit right now. She is in a rhythm. Here's the 0-1, swung on and fouled out of play, and just like that, Cox is ahead of Wutan, 0-2. Again, I'll be curious to see who Wade Womack pitches tomorrow night for Dripping Springs, as they have a 1-2 punch in Anderson and Cox. Pitched them both tonight, swung on and missed for a strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Jordan. There's 2 away, and that'll be Addison Cruz. Addison's 0 for 2 tonight. A couple of infield pop-ups, and she'll step in now against Jordan Cox. Well, let's see.
Pinch hitting, number 12.
Actually, it's going to be a pinch hitter. It's going to be Izzy Adana. Izzy Adana will step to the plate now. Her first appearance tonight. Dripping Springs now 4 outs away from possibly winning this game 1 of the best 2 of 3 series with Eastview trying to win a bi-district championship. Misses inside, a ball and no strikes. Erica Konetsky in left, Haley Konetsky in center, Addie Lux in right field for Dripping Springs tonight. Tressler, Anderson, Scott, and Martinez, 3rd to 1st in the infield with Joe Hudgens behind the dish. Jordan Cox in the circle, that pitch is outside. Izzy Adana now is ahead 2 balls and no strikes. Swung on and missed. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Fastball, knee high from Cox. 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed. Strike number 2. Cox now has worked her way back to 2 balls and 2 strikes in the count. Cruz, the pinch hitter. Izzy Adana, I should say, the pinch hitter for Eastview. Swung on and missed. And Jordan Cox has struck out the side in the bottom of the 6th inning. Perfect inning for Jordan. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. We are through 6. Dripping Springs 6 and Eastview 2. And you're watching Dripping Springs softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. Top of the order due up for Dripping Springs here in the top of the 7th inning. Mike Blackwell here with you on the Big Daddy Media Network. 6-2 our score. I better update that scoreboard or my QA Randy Fry will get on me a little bit if I don't. It is the 7th inning. Dripping Springs would love to get some more runs across here. The top of their batting order.
Now batting the left fielder, number 7.
And Erica Konetsky will step in now. She's 0 for 3 tonight. That's unlike Erica for sure. She's probably due for a base hit here. Comes into the ball game hitting .448. Pitches a strike, 0-1 the count. Beautiful night in Georgetown tonight. Pitch is up high, evens the count, and a ball and a strike. Temperature has fallen to 77 degrees here tonight in Georgetown. It's just absolutely perfect. We'll be back in Dripping Springs tomorrow for game 2. Pitch down low, 2-1 the count. Again, we appreciate all you Eastview folks for tuning in. And also the Dripping Springs faithful, of course. Love bringing you playoff softball. That pitch is down low. 3-1 the count now to Konetsky. First pitch, 5 o'clock tomorrow. Swung on, hit to left field, and it is going to go all into left center field. That's going to be a base hit, and Konetsky with a double, a leadoff double for Dripping Springs.
Now batting the second baseman, number 17, Lennon Scott.
Lennon Scott now will step in. Second baseman for Dripping Springs. Konetsky is at second base. We apologize for some technical difficulties that we have. We will try to see
now
if we can
number 10, Colby Trapp.
Get that solved. Meanwhile, we're going to have a new pitcher in. It's going to be Colby Trapp who comes in to pitch. She will come in and pitch now for Eastview. Konetsky with the leadoff double, standing at second. Trying to get these technical difficulties solved for you here. Lynn Scott will now step in, the right-handed hitter. She's 0 for 2 tonight with a run scored in the first inning. I think we're back and ready to go now. Scott will face Trapp. She'll square to bunt and takes the ball up high, a ball and no strike. One and 0 the count now to Lynn Ann. Back in and ready to go. Squares to bunt, gets it down right in front of home plate. Third baseman throws it down the right field line. Dripping Springs is going to score. Konecki scores. Scott will stand at second. Sacrifice bunt and then a throwing error. Dripping Springs leads it 7-2.
Now batting the center fielder, number 5, Haley Konecki.
Dripping Springs with the 7th run of the ball game. Now they're going to steal third, and that is Scott who's able to get the stolen base. Haley Konecki is the batter. Still nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Dripping Springs leading it by a score of 7-2. Pitch is up high. They had the squeeze on. Haley Konecki could not reach it. She tried to bunt it that one, but Trapp had thrown it high and outside. It evens the count at 1-1. Rodriguez tried to throw down and catch Scott at third, but to no avail. Changeup fouled into the screen. That's a nice pitch by Colby Trapp there. By the way, Kaylee Moses is now at third for Eastview. Patriots have their infield in here with nobody out. Trailing at 7-2. Dripping Springs with a run scored here in the 7th inning. That's hit well in the center field, but right at by Dallas. Going to tag at third. Strong throw home is not in time to get Scott. Sacrifice fly by Konecki. That's the first out of the inning, and Dripping Springs leads it by a score of 8-2 now. And it'll bring to the plate Hayden Anderson, the right-handed hitter. Pitch is up high for a ball. Ball and no strikes to Anderson. 2 in and 1 out here at the top of the 7th inning. As Dripping Springs has pulled away a little bit now, leading it 8-2. Just a couple of innings ago, it was a 3-2 ball game. Pitch is down low for Anderson. 2-0. Hayden 1 for 3 tonight. Swung on and fouled at home plate. That got a piece of the umpire, I think. Going to go for a little walk behind home plate. Hazardous duty being a blue behind that catcher. Hayden with a bloop single and an RBI in the first, flied out in the third, and then reached and scored on an error in the 6th inning. Changeup hit hard right at the shortstop, though. That's Sanford on to first. And there's 2 away for Jordan Cox.
Now batting the pitcher, number 14, Jordan Cox.
Jordan will step in now. She's 2 for 3 on the night. 3 RBIs. She had a 2-run home run in the first inning and a big run-scoring double in the 6th inning. Had quite the night at the plate. Swung on, hit right up the middle. Sanford has it. A nice play by Terry Sanford. 6-3 on the putout, and that retires the side. Dripping Springs now 3 outs away from winning game 1. Our score after 6.5 innings of play is Dripping Springs 8 and Eastview 2. You're watching Dripping Springs softball on the Big Daddy Media Network. 9-1 and 2 due up for Eastview here in the bottom of the 7th inning as Dripping Springs now counting down the outs. They need 3 of them here as they lead it 8-2. Mike Blackwell here with you on the Big Daddy Media Network. Great having you along. Game number 1 of this bi-district playoff series. Game 1 of a best-of-3 series. Kendall Sanford going to lead things off, facing Jordan Cox. Swung on and missed for a strike. Dripping Springs has done a nice job against the bottom 3 in the batting order here tonight. They are 1 for 7. Swung on and missed for a strike. 0-2 the count. Quickly, Jordan Cox is ahead in the count. That pitch is strike number 3 on the outside corner, and there's 1 away. Cox now has struck out 4 straight batters here, and 5 of the last 6 batters. Ariana Vidalis now will step in. The winner of this series, pitch is up high for a ball. Winner of this series will play the winner of the Southwest Legacy Highlands Series. That would be the area round of the playoffs, but first things first. We have to finish this series first. Ball is up high, 2 balls and no strikes. Again, game number 2, 5 o'clock tomorrow, followed by game number 3, the if necessary game. We'll have that action for you. Cox hits the outside corner of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Eastview needs 6 runs to keep this thing going. Swung on, fouled out of play. Hudgens had set up outside on that pitch, and Jordan Cox with a nice job. She threw it right where her catcher set up. Catchers like that. That one also fouled out of play. Back in and ready to go is Vidalis. That one's, it's hard to say in the dirt, but I guess not, huh? Artificial surface here at Eastview. Count moves to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Vidalis 0 for 3 tonight. Fouls that one away into her own dugout. Other than momentary defensive lapse in the 4th inning, I got to believe Wade Womack's pretty happy with the way his team has played here tonight. Ball is down low for a ball. Vidalis with a walk. She'll take first base. Brings to the plate Carrie Sanford now with 1 out and 1 on.
Now batting
shortstop.
Carrie Sanford.
Wade has gotten good pitching from both of his pitchers here tonight. And anytime you score 8 runs on offense, you're pretty happy as well. Sanford 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of ground outs and a strikeout. That's fouled out of play. 0-1 the count. 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Vidalis, the leadoff hitter in the batting order, is at first. Top 2 batters in the Eastview batting order tonight, 0 for 6. Dripping Springs has done a nice job against the top part of that batting order. The throw down to second as Vidalis is able to swipe the bag. goes into center field, but no harm done as Haley Konetsky gets it back in quickly. And the count is at 1-1. Runner in scoring position now for Eastview. Cox trying to finish this thing out. She needs 2 more outs. High for a ball. Again, Hayden Anderson took that line drive back into the circle in the 4th inning. She looks no worse for the wear, though. She's played short ever since. Foul, 2-2 the count. Been trying to watch her to see if she's favoring anything. Still not sure where it hit her. I think it hit her in the arm or the hand. Whatever the case, Wade Womack pulled her immediately. She traded positions with Jordan Cox. 2-2 the count. Swung on, hit the shortstop. Anderson has it in the hole, and there's 2 away. Nice reaction by Hayden Anderson. There's 2 outs now, and Eastview is down to its last out. It's Angel Rodriguez, the catcher. Angel 1 for 3 with a hard base hit to left field in the 1st inning. She steps in now with Vidalis at second. Fouled out of play, 0-1 the count. Cox trying to finish things off now with 2 outs and 1 on here at the bottom of the 7th inning. Dripping Springs 1 out away. Check swing is a strike. 0-2 the count now. Cox looks to the dugout to get the call. Rodriguez is back in and ready to go. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. A strikeout, and that retires the side, and that is the ball game. No runs, no hits, 1 left in the 7th. Our final from Georgetown is Dripping Springs 8 and Georgetown Eastview 2. And the ball game is over. I'd like to thank our platinum sponsor tonight, Austin Capital Mortgage. Are you located in Austin, Houston, San Antonio, or Dallas-Fort Worth and in search of a mortgage? Well, get in touch with Austin Capital Mortgage today at 512-891-0778. Also want to thank our gold sponsors, Texas Regional Bank and Elk Electric. Texas Regional Bank, banking, mortgage, and wealth management by the people you know, and by Elk Electric, commercial and industrial electrical and special systems, fire alarms, security, and network cabling in Central Texas. Again, our final tonight from Georgetown is Dripping Springs 8 and Georgetown Eastview 2. Game 1 of the 3-game series goes to the Tigers. We're back on the air tomorrow, 5 p.m. first pitch for game number 2. Thanks for joining us on the Big Daddy Media Network. Until tomorrow night. We'll see you later, everybody. Good night.